Okay, it's Jeff. I'm back again. Been a long time since I've made a video for YouTube. I'm also streaming this live on my Facebook, but I have to record this from YouTube because I'm a tiny little channel and I've got two devices and I'm technically illiterate. I've got one open and I've got a couple on standby for this because I think I'm going to need it to get through this one. I'm going to be reacting to Kent Hovind in a second. I'm going to force myself to enjoy one of this guy's videos. He is, you see what I mean when I get into him. He's a young earth creationist and a personal pet peeve of mine. I know there's a lot worse people out in the world than him, but there's something about this guy that just really irritates me. So let's
Good evening, folks. Kent Hovind here and the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in the roaring metropolis
this
of
says a lot,
Alabama.
doesn't it?
It is April the 16th, 2019. We made it. If I had known I was going to live this long, I would probably have taken better care of myself, not eating quite so much ice cream growing up.
He's not funny
today,
either.
April 16th, is Rhonda's birthday. The secretary, if you want to get a message to me, text it to or email it to Rhonda. No, to the secretary at Dr.
Do you know, I might just skip a bit of this, just a few minutes. I don't want to listen any more than this, and I have to.
Amen. All right, well, okay. Bring your group down for Dinosaur Adventureland. If you'd like to come visit, we'd love to have you.
There's a bit I want to get to in a minute that I want to react to, so...
But we can still cancel, but if you get all sidewalks formed up, brother. DrDino.com tells how to do that and make any donations to...
For those who don't know, this guy is alright. He's a young earth creationist who preaches the literal truth of the Bible. But, you know, sort of, he says the world's like 6,000 years ago old and we walked around with dinosaurs. Okay, he's free to believe that, but he bills himself as Dr. Kent Hovind. He's not a doctor. I've got as much right to call myself a doctor as he has. So let's put it that way. He got his doctorate from some diploma mill that was you actually see the university. It was like basically a caravan, basically. So there's a little bit of this I just want to respond to. So
CSE, Creation Science Evangelism. All right, let's see. Boot camp coming up in a couple months. No, let's see, 2 months. Whoa, coming. Dr. Swift, Paul Abramson, Don Boys. Need more license these kids out into the deep. That would be cool. Okay. And let's see, cargo nets. We need that rope to build it. Okay, interesting. Somebody sent me
this bit I wanted to get to.
Bill Lovelow, that I debated some time ago, claims he's an expert on cavemen.
Right.
Has his own website or YouTube channel.
Okay, he's Bill Lovelow. Now, Bill, hope you watch I'm friends with Bill on Facebook. Hope he sees this. He probably won't. If you got any sort of good interest in sort of science and stuff like that, especially, you know, please just check Bill's channel out. It's good. It's a good channel. Obviously, I always recommend Aaron Ra. I've recommended him in a number of my videos, and Aaron has been in a huge spat with this guy over it and really showed him out for what he is, which is a bloody fraud. So yeah, I'm amazed that anyone is watching, if anyone's watching this on Facebook. But this guy is, yeah, he'll bore the fuck out of you. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with him really, but it's something I want to respond to because what he's about to say is what he's pushing is dangerous.
And he did one called Believing. This is just today. Is that right? Yeah. April 16th.
7 hours ago.
A couple hours ago, yeah.
He's got a few of them. I just found them the other night, so I've been commenting.
Okay.
Right.
Believing Kent Hovind can be hazardous to your health.
Yep, it can be. You'll listen.
Here's what it says. The snake oil salesman is at it again. I don't believe I've ever sold snake oil, Bill.
He knows full well, because he knows full well what that term means. Snake oil salesman is basically a, you know, an old term for a con man, really, or you know, some of these people used to sell sort of like patent medicines and stuff like that, which fits him perfectly. The guy's an absolute charlatan. He spent, I mean, you got to be something quite spectacular, really, to be an ordained minister and have your own ministry and get tax exemption and still manage to get sent to prison for 10 years for tax fraud. Okay, and so you got to be something pretty spectacular to do that. So I'm not going to talk about his indictment too much. I haven't
seen any for sale either. But anyway, pushing apricot seeds and vitamin B17 as a cure for cancer.
This is what I want to get to.
Apricot seeds. I don't sell them. I eat them once in a while. They do not taste good. They look like they're from the middle of an apricot. It's organic. God made this, you know, and they don't taste real good. But anybody want to try some? Here, pass those around, brother. I'll try some apricot seeds. They're like an almond for the first chew, and then you want to get some.
Right. Okay. That's what I wanted to get onto. Is this stuff? No, he does not sell apricot seeds as a cure for cancer. He has made claims publicly, and his son, who's got his own ministry, and that's a whole long story in itself that I won't get into. But he was warned by the American FDA about this. Now, this is apricots. Seeds are supposed to be rich in this thing called vitamin B17, which is actually lateral. Oh, sorry, I'm not very good with medical terms, but it's not actually a vitamin. It's a lateral. That's an extract for this. This is from Cancer UK's website. Okay, it's been promoted as an alternative cancer treatment. There's not enough evidence that it works. So it's been very up there. And it's a man-made form of amygdalin. I'm sorry, I'm shit with medical terms. Plant substance found in some nuts, plants, and seeds of fruit. Contains laterin and can treat. Claims that it can treat cancer are not backed up by research. And here we come to the crux of the matter. It contains cyanide. Yep, okay. Enough said, really. And this asshole is trying to tell his followers that it's a cancer cure. This is one of many reasons I've got a problem with him, but this is one I actually felt to need to come out and do a video about this. Because he's pushing a dangerous narrative out there to his followers with this. These sort of, and he knows better. He really does. I mean, yeah, a lot of people argue whether he's genuinely just stupid or whether he knows better and it's just a liar. Now, I'd say it might be a mixture of both, but to me it's very much towards the latter category in that. Okay, and this is why I mean, I don't know what it is about this guy. It just grinds my gears so much, but
not bad. Okay. What?
By the way,
give one to Beans. I want to see Beans here.
This is the loudest shirt I wear. Okay.
Anyway, Bill, it's really.
Reason is this guy wears I don't own Hawaiian shirts, but this is the loudest one I've got, so I'll wear this in honor of Hovind.
In the middle of his Man and Dinosaurs Together video. There's some of the comments down there. I just saw this a little bit ago. I thought, you gotta be kidding. Cyberwise writes in, Kent Hovind has no conscience, no ethics, as well as some obviously low moral standards. Where do you get any of that?
Well, maybe the fact that you went to prison for 10 years, the fucking tax fraud might be one of them. The fact that you've pushed this shit out there as a cancer cure. You know, the fact that you are still parroting the same pseudoscientific nonsense to people when you know better, and people know that you know better because you've been corrected so many times. Yeah, I think at a certain point you got to say there's not many redeeming qualities about this guy. I'm not putting the video of it up on my screen, but this is, for anyone who doesn't know this guy, this is one of the most smug fucking people you'll ever come across. I haven't done any
Although
impressions.
that shouldn't come as a
yet.
surprise, he is a creationist / apologist, after all. It would be funny if he wasn't so dangerous. I don't think I'm dangerous. I haven't hit anybody since sophomore year in high school.
Oh, shut up.
That's why this knuckle is lower than the rest of them.
Oh, shut up.
No, it wasn't a her. And he needed it, and he got up and decided to leave me alone after that. Okay. Anyway, so, no.
Yeah, I'm a tough guy.
This is great, Bill. These are great. Well overdue and well done, Agrippa says. Carl Dawkins, just because it contains cyanide does not mean it's poison. Professor Dr. Kent Hovind. Well, Carl, that is correct. Just because water contains hydrogen does not mean it's explosive either. I mean, it's simple chemistry 101. It's not complicated.
This is where he gets...
Sodium is...
This is the thing. Now, I'm very much a layperson in any kind of science. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about a lot of the time. And I actually am more than happy if people come and correct me if I make errors, because I know I'll make them. But I know this dickhead just repeatedly tells what he knows, things that he knows to be wrong. He's just, I don't know what it is about this guy. He just grinds my fucking gears so much. Yeah.
Extremely explosive. If you took half a spoonful of sodium in your mouth in contact with water, you would probably blow your head off, okay? Chlorine is a deadly poison. Drink some bleach and see how long you last. But if you mix sodium and chlorine together, whoa, now what do you get? Table salt. You guys absolutely, Bill, you don't know a thing about chemistry, apparently, because cyanide found in the vitamin B17 is perfectly harmless, okay?
No, it's not. No. There's a reason why people... Look, side effects of this, okay, that have been known, okay? Fever, sickness, headaches, dizziness, liver damage, drop in eyelids, lack of oxygen in body tissues, drop in blood pressure, nerve damage causing loss of balance, difficulty walking, confusion, coma, and even death if enough of this is taken. So you are full of shit, Kent Hovind. So I'm going to call you what I should call you what Aaron Ra calls you by your old prison name, inmate 0645 2017. I think that's the best thing to, you know, because really I think you need going back there, really. Personally, just for there's something. I don't normally reply to this sort of stuff. I have replied to stuff on YouTube of like Christian pastors and stuff before, but this guy does grind my gears a lot because he's a charlatan. That's why I don't like the man. He's an absolute charlatan. But when he's out there saying something that I know is dangerous to people, I'm going to go live on some platforms and record for YouTube. And for what little good it will do, I'm going to say something about it. So
we need to hire someone to follow Kent around and smack him in the mouth every time he opens it. Bubba says.
I don't think that's necessary.
But one bullet.
He's reading comments off his YouTube thing here, okay, so...
Just in case you decide to follow through on that, you guys ought to be watched, okay? CI lobotomy. Now, that's what some of these evolutionists have already had, apparently. I'm not so sure he's worth the price of a single bullet. We could start a GoFundMe page to send the entire Dino douche group to the Centennial Islands. I bet that would be
unfortunately, this is the nature of YouTube comment sections, what you listen to here.
Better bring a lunch, Bubba. It's going to take him a while to smack me in the mouth, okay? You're going to have to bring a lunch. It's going to take a while, okay?
Come on.
Bite off more than you can chew, okay? I may be old, but you guys work with me in the building stuff and all that. I do pretty good for an old man, don't I, Stu?
Yeah, I wouldn't bite you.
I haven't lost it yet. Okay.
Oh God, he's.
But should I warn him? Just so you guys know, Bubba, I do know karate, judo, taekwondo, and 7 more Japanese words: Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Kawasaki, Yamaha.
Yeah. Not funny. And the taekwondo is actually a Korean word, not a Japanese word. Okay. I used to do a bit of that myself. Never was any good at it. Okay, so I'm not going to be claiming I was some sort of fucking martial arts expert. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Let's get back to Dr. Dipshit here. Also, sorry, inmate 0645 2017, I should say.
Speak of the devil, Kent, are you aware that it's possible to debunk everything you've ever said just by going to the websites where all the published scientific literature can be found online and reading for a few hours? No, Aaron, I'm not aware of that. I'll tell you what, Aaron, why don't you schedule a debate?
Now, there's a bloke called Aaron in the who's been commenting here, and he's challenging. I mean, Hovind will do this. He'll challenge anyone to a debate. In that, but he's very I'll get into this a bit more in a minute, but I want to just put about this comment. There's a guy called Aaron in the comment who he's pronouncing as Aaron. Now, he's had a whole series back and forth with Aaron Ra, and over the last year or so, which has been priceless because Aaron Ra has just verbally paintbrushed this guy all over the internet for the last year, because Aaron Ra knows what the fuck he's talking about, where this guy doesn't. It started on a non sequitur show about a year ago, and I'd work at anyone. It's worth 2 hours of your time to go back and sit there and watch this discussion between Aaron Ra and Kent Hovind, because Hovind gets himself absolutely, he gets his ass handed to him by Aaron Ra, because he can't go to this was discussion on evolution. Hovind's been going around to creation, like mainly Christian audiences for the last 30 odd years, claiming that he's a doctor and a legitimate scientist, and claiming that he can debunk evolution. And it's very apparent to anyone who actually knows anything about this topic. This guy does not even have the slightest clue what he's talking about, or more than likely he does really know, or at least to some degree knows, that evolution is not what he preaches it to be, but he's not going to change himself. He's not got the intellectual integrity to do that, because he's found a damn good scam for himself over the last Aaron Ra put this very well, and that is that this guy, if he hadn't found young earth creationism, the best he would have ever aspired to was selling used cars for a living. But he's found some scam where he really doesn't have to do a day's work. See, I think I could have gone round doing his scam, really, but I just got this bloody scruples I seem to have. This always seems to get in the bloody way of me doing stuff like that. Alright, I do need to ingest some. I've only got them in wheat lager today, but I do need to ingest some beer to sit through this dipsticks and what he says. Right, I'll go on a little further.
And send the best evidence you know of for evolution, and we'll discuss it. And we'll post it right here on our channel, unedited.
There you go, on his channel, right?
I've had this cough for like 30 years. And the slurp, since I drink water, and slurp a little bit. But other than that, we will... Hang on, watch this now, ready? Okay. Sorry. Anyway.
Come on, dipstick, get on with it,
Art, if you think it's possible to debunk everything I've ever said, then please do. Call to schedule. 855-BIG-DINO, extension 2. Say, Rhonda, I want to debate Kent Hovind. I'm going to debunk everything he ever said. Just show the whole world how dumb I am in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's been done to you several times. I mean, it is a sad thing that, unfortunately, he's still got an audience, although to be fair, his following has taken something of a hit over the last few years, and even just in the last, I mean, certainly his prison sentence didn't exactly help his reputation, and I've got to actually say, getting into that public spat with Aaron Ra has definitely hurt him. And I will say, I mentioned the guy earlier, Bill Lovelow. Bill, hope you watch this. I know you probably won't, but hope you watch this, buddy. Because you know, and those, I'm not even going to go into some of the stuff because I can't debunk the stuff he says as well as those guys can. I'm no expert. I don't profess to be an expert. I'm trying to learn more about stuff like phylogeny and evolution with natural selection, and it's a lot to take on board for someone who's a layman and didn't even get his GCSE in science. Okay, it's a lot to take on for me. I'm trying to make up for a lot of lost time here, and I'm going to be 40 later this year, and I'm trying to make up for a lot of lost time with my science education. But I'll tell you now, this guy's been going around claiming to be a scientist for like 30 odd years now, and I know more about evolution than this dipshit. I honestly do. And I expect most of you, any of you watching this, probably do as well.
Bill has 1,000 subscribers. We have 131,000. So, come on, Aaron, you can show all of our subscribers how dumb I am. Lobotomy, that's cool. I wouldn't trust a single thing that you would try to feed me anyway. Which one of Kent's boy toys is running the inmate site today? I'm no longer an inmate, and I wasn't guilty the first time. A lot of people go to prison that don't.
Right, you are full of shit there. Again, this guy's full of shit. Let me dig this up, alright? Let me dig this up, exactly. I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, he was found guilty on what I believe it was 58 separate indictments for tax fraud and structuring, and this guy is claiming that he's innocent. He is a fucking liar, and he's still. This is the thing about him as well. He sucks in a lot of people who are kind of conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. He appeals to them. He promotes anti-vaxxer stuff as well, which I think he's going to get onto a little bit of this possibly in a minute as well, which I want to come at him for, because I do despise the anti-vax movement as well. Right, just going to quickly go into Google here. I'm testing my memory here. Kent Hovind, yep. Pleaded not guilty, blah, 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 and yep. Yeah, he was found guilty on every single, and it was something like 58. He was found guilty on every single one of them. The evidence was overwhelming. Would you stop just lying and saying you were innocent?
Do anything wrong, you know? That's okay. We're going to take care of it. It ain't over yet. Bubba writes, okay, I'll pack a lunch. Just eat plenty of your seeds.
Just for the record on that one as well, if he ever tried to appeal, it didn't work because he served his full term. He was in prison for 10 years, almost.
We will try to get you straightened out so you stop believing you came from a rock. I believe I can help on that, okay? John writes in, thanks for this video. I've seen...
Now that's the sort of crap I'm talking about when I say he doesn't know what he's talking about evolution, and he's gone around repeating this lie around churches and homeschools certainly around the United States. It'd never fly here, I don't think. But he's gone around repeating this one of his favourite ones. Well, evolution teaches that we come from rocks. We started as a rock and we somehow became a human being. No, that is not what it bloody teaches at all. No textbook that I'm aware of. And please, I'd love someone to just send me an actual textbook from any school in the Western world that says that. That is absolute bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. If he's even talking about the origins of life, that's not actually evolution. It's another process called abiogenesis, which is a different thing altogether. And Yeah, I don't really know a huge amount about the sort of hypothesis around abiogenesis. It's not something. It's something again I need to read more about. But I'm admitting something I don't really know about. But it's nothing to do with evolution, and this is unfortunately one of the things he does here.
I've seen a few Hovind debunking videos now. I keep hoping he will make a response to them. Not that they would do any good. I just want to see him squirm. Well, John, if you think I am wrong and would squirm over these debunking videos, which terrify me so madly, send your best evidence for evolution. Let's have the debate right here. Steve, we can do 3 or 4 days.
Okay, evidence for evolution, right. I'll tell you about another little scam this dickhead used to do years ago. He used to have a backer years ago, before he went to prison, and he put up this $250,000 prize for anyone who could provide evidence of evolution being real. Now, let's be honest, the theory, evolution is probably the most established and safe theory in science today. It's, I've heard it said a number of times that there's more evidence for evolution than there is for gravity. I would say everyone accepts gravity, but we've got flat earthers now, so I don't even get started on them. But this guy. So what he was getting back to, his challenge he posted. Now, of course, loads of people could provide scientific evidence for evolution. But when you go to that and provide that, and you go on that link to claim that prize that Hovind was offering, it turned out he was a bait and switch. He said, no, what he means by evidence is you got to prove that God couldn't have done it, which is a ridiculous. It was a bait and switch. Because, I'll say this, that the theory of evolution alone does not necessarily discount the existence of a deity, because some people, in fact, a lot of Christians now believe and accept that evolution happens, but believe maybe it's a God-guided thing. But, so what he was offering, though, was just evidence for evolution, and it was a bait and switch. So you went to go and click that prize, and it was... some import. So it was a safe. And from what I've heard from certain people, the sole arbitrator on whether that challenge was met was Kent Hovind himself. Sorry, I keep calling Kent. Inmate 0645 2017. I should keep calling him, really. Okay, let's listen to a bit more of Dr. Dumbass.
Yeah. What are you doing, on Skype or something?
24 hours in a day?
Yeah, I'll debate 3 or 4 minutes. All you followers, Bill, I'll debate at the same time. If I get half the time. And we discuss one topic at a time. That's all. Simple rules.
Right. No, that I've got to address that. I'm sorry, I have to address that. The equal time thing on a debate. Okay, now I totally accept that in the realms of most sort of structured debates where you would have let's just say, 10 minutes each way, rebuttal, and then you'd get rebuttal, opening statements, rebuttals, and whatever, and then your closing statements, and you get equal time. The thing that works a lot of the time when you got two people that are going to sit there and have an honest discussion. Now, one of the reasons, like, for example, when he did this thing with Aaron Ra, I will say as well, guys like Bill Lovelow, King Crocoduck, have done equal time debates and still shown this guy up. But what happened when he went on a non sequitur with Aaron Ra told him was, I'm only going to do this if it's a free-flowing discussion and moderators just step in if you need to, because if it gets heated, blah, 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 that sort of thing, which is kind of what happened there. The thing is with Hovind, he does a tactic. It was actually invented by another creationist who I think was his role model, a guy called Dwayne Gish. He does a debate tactic called the Gish Gallop. And the Gish Gallop is basically within 10 minutes or whatever, you whatever your allotted time is, you throw so much shit up against the wall randomly that there is not enough time for your opponent to respond to it. Now, it takes a lot, and believe me, just go and try this or whatever, just even as a little test at home. It takes a lot more time to debunk a lie than it does to tell a lie. Okay? He could throw out, and I've actually seen him do this in videos, he can throw out as many lies in one sentence as there is in that sentence. This is what this guy is capable of. Yes, I've seen it done, I promise you. He has literally lied every word was a literal lie, demonstrable lie. So here's the problem. And then you get this 10-minute thing either way with him, okay? He throws out, say, I don't know, for example, 10 lies in 10 minutes. You get time to maybe rebut 5 or 6 of them, and he'll come back, oh, well, you didn't respond to points 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever, I win. That's his game. That's what he likes to say. However, I will say there's been guys who still have played him under those rules who are smart to that tactic and know this guy's game. He's been caught by Bill Lovelow. Did a brilliant one on King Crocoduck, who he debated several times. Owns Kent Hovind, so let's go on a bit more.
Joint Chief writes in, according to Hovind, lizards are actually dinosaurs. He also isn't really a doctor. Well, Joint Chief, lizards never stop growing, is what I say, and I show a picture of a chameleon and a 3-horned chameleon and a 3-horned triceratops and say there seems to be some similarity. I don't claim the chameleon grew into the triceratops, but it may have. It may a lot of similarities.
You liar! You have claimed that. This is what he's done. Honestly, I promise you. I'll try and. If I could go back and find, I'd have to. I don't want to sift through any more of his videos, but I promise you, he's done this. He claims, effectively that, but years, 5,000-6,000 years ago, whenever it was, when dinosaurs were supposed to be roaming the earth, these things that started off as small lizards, would eventually grow into, like a chameleon would grow into a full-size dinosaur. Like, so he makes the argument, it could turn into, it'll eventually grow into a triceratops. So let's prove something about him. Okay. One, that he doesn't know how, where do we go? Where do we even begin with this, really? I'm actually stumped by this. Where do we actually begin with this? Okay. I'm sure he might say this in a minute. I haven't quite read, I haven't watched all of this yet. I wanted to watch the bit about him with the B-17. But he makes those claims, and what it proves is he does not know an awful lot about evolution or phylogeny or anything, or how the way species relate to one another. If he did, he wouldn't make stupid comments like that. It's actually, modern. If you want to look at a creature of modern days that's got more in common with a dinosaur, I would say you see dinosaurs every day. For people who don't know, birds are technically dinosaurs. And if people are a bit like, I don't understand that. I said, well, a lot of dinosaurs, the parental clades of modern birds, if you go back further, are what we would class as dinosaurs. So evolutionary law called monophyly, which basically means you don't grow out of your parental clades, hence why. And I will say what I'm about to say is still somewhat even debated in the scientific community. If you turn around and say, but technically humans are still monkeys, and I won't get into that argument. There isn't time, but that's because that one's even debated amongst the scientific community. So, anyway, let's go on. How much longer is this? I don't know. I'm not going to go through all of this because I've been on here like 35 40 minutes already, and I'm getting tired of listening to this dickhead. But
Triceratops is a giant lizard. I think that's what the dinosaur means, terrible lizard. So, yeah, I just point out that reptiles never stop growing. Neither do kangaroos, by the way. Okay.
What?
Dutch heretic.
Alright, sorry. Okay, guys, those of you watching me on Facebook, I know I've got several friends in Australia there. I'm sure Agrippa, I know if you see this video, you'll love to point him out on this one, and maybe Dave if you see it as well. But could someone actually tell me, just do kangaroos just not stop fucking growing? Come on. Fucking Skippy the kangaroo meets Godzilla, according to Kent Hovind. For fuck's sake.
Yes, Dino Riders. Oh no, that was in the 80s. Is there animated stuff in the Holy Bubble? I don't know. Where's the Holy Bubble at? Do you have that over in Holland? Dutch? Boy? Okay. Timothy writes in, he's insanely stupid, or he practices really, really hard to be stupid. Well, Timothy, if you think I'm stupid, I should be an easy challenge in a debate. Bring it on, honey. And let's call Rhonda and schedule the debate.
Okay. Again, this is the big argument people have on him. Is he stupid? Is he not stupid? I don't think he's... I think he's willfully ignorant rather than stupid. He says stupid stuff. Don't get me wrong. He says stupid stuff. But the thing is, what I think he does well is he knows enough sort of scientific terms to maybe throw a lay person off or whatever. And, you know, if you don't know these terms, you might be, oh, this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But if you come across anyone who does has the slightest idea whatsoever, can sort of say, no, you're talking shit here. But I don't think it's so much he's stupid. It's the fact that this guy's dishonest. You know, I mean, you just listen to the guys. I mean, if any of you have seen this on Facebook with this dipshit, I mean, he just sounds like a used car salesman. If you could see him with this blooming Hawaiian shirt, a smug grin on his face as well. I mean, I apologise if there's any used car salesman that actually watch this, but you know there's a bit of a stereotype out there. This guy is the absolute stereotype of a used car salesman. He really is.
Tell me the best evidence you have for evolution. Fresh cannabisness. Whoa, what is this person thinking about? Yeah, well, I think young Earth creationism is a mental disease. I won't read the profanity. I burst out laughing. Kent gives me a pucker. No, wait, it's spelled puke. Well, Brenda, I'm sorry to hear about that. Try Pepto-Bismol and watch my channel, okay? Suzette.
Yeah, that'll help you
has a cure for cancer. Whoa, who needs a God, eh? Well, I think God provided the cure for many diseases in the food that we eat. See, there's two philosophies of medicine based on evolution or creation. If evolution is true, your body's nothing but a bunch of chemicals that got together by chance.
Again, another lie, another bloody lie. He knows that's not true.
God created the body.
He knows that's not true.
To meet our needs, and just about everything can be taken care of with the proper diet. All you got to do is look at the history of disease. Beriberi cured by a vitamin, scurvy cured by a vitamin. Many diseases through history have been cured by a vitamin. Do some research.
Okay, you do some research, dickhead. You know, this B17 is not an actual vitamin. So I'm using the American term, vitamins that we tend to say in England, okay? But you know damn well that is not a legitimate vitamin. It's not. There is no... It's called B17. It's not really a vitamin. And I went through this earlier. Okay, I'm not going to repeat myself on this, what I've just read out from the Cancer Research UK's website, okay? And I think, personally, from what I've seen, Cancer Research UK are being pretty kind about this stuff. But...
Sorry, Suzette, you feel that way. Marcus, this is one of the many reasons I despise this man and his son. They peddle literal poison to the masses. Anybody get poisoned yet from eating apricot seeds? They don't taste too good, though, do they? Okay. Hey, as they die, Rich, would you and who else? Nick?
Yeah, now you're probably not going to get instantly death from one of these, but if you're going to take a lot of these thinking this is a cancer cure, like I said, there is what this stuff does is it reacts. It actually reacts with and to create cyanide. I said this earlier, which you don't have to know jack shit about chemistry to know what the word cyanide means, and it is a common poison, and enough of it will kill you. You don't have to know jack shit about science to know that.
Drag them out as they die here. It's a
I'm not going to get through all
for
this.
Heaven's sake. Gee whiz. I don't sell them. Okay. Looking forward to the day when Eric shares a cell with his daddy, inmate number 064522017. James writes him, bad methods yield bad outcomes.
Well, okay, him and his boy Eric don't get along, but his son is just as much of a con man. And it's his son who was actually warned, who was actually selling this and claiming it was a cancer cure. And the American FDA effectively sent him a cease and desist order. Basically saying, look, we're gonna take you to bloody court if you keep peddling this shit, okay, and claiming it as a cancer cure. He said, I mean, he can sell it, but don't make the freaking claims, okay? That's kind of what's the problem was. That you've got to be somewhat... If you're going to make a claim that this is a cancer, I wouldn't, But this is one of those things where I really grinds my gears about pseudoscience, and... Because... and sort of woo and stuff like that. It's something about this that just grinds my gears, and it's... I don't know.
Comment says Kent exhibits really, really, really bad method. Well, you can guess the result every time with everything he claims. Okay, James, show me. Be specific. All they do is make generic claims. He's wrong, he's a liar, he doesn't know anything. Be specific. Send me the best evidence you know of for evolution. Just the single one best scientific evidence. This guy not only denies
I'm not going through it again,
but chemistry as well. I don't deny chemistry. I think chemistry is essential. It's wonderful.
I think to be honest, I think I'm going to call it a day there, because if anyone has had their patience to sit through this, from me commenting on this, then fair play to you, because it's exhausted my patience just listening to this guy for the last 40 odd minutes or so. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day on Dr. Kent Hovind. I wonder, if I had actually think about it, with Life of Brian being re-released today, I wonder if if I had a Hawaiian show, maybe I'd just do a parody of Hovind going, well, he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy, the holy film says so. Yeah, evolution is false. I can't do his stupid grin, but yeah. So why don't you go home and drink that, Mr. Nelson? Okay, I'm going to call it a day on this dipstick. I've had enough of listening to him. I'm probably sure some of you, if any of you are still watching me on Facebook, I don't know. I've had enough of talking about him. So, shall see everyone later. All right, salute.